Hi everyone. Here I want to show you how to simplify this square root. -4 square root of 722. And here's how you do it. Okay, so let me write the same number down here and start calculating. Start simplifying what's inside the square root. You see inside the square root there's a big number, 720. Okay, so the first task you want to do is to break this number down to smaller numbers, right? It looks like 720 contains a whole bunch of numbers, but you want to come up with some small number that can divide into 720. Things like 2, 3, 5. 4 isn't good. 4 is not a prime number. Well, you could divide by 4 if you want, but you have to further divide 4 by 2, so that will create another branch. Anyways, so let's pick 2, the smallest prime number that goes into 722. 722 is an even number, so it's divisible by 2. And then on the other branch you write the quotient of the 722. That's divided by 2, so it's 360. So 720 contains 2, 1 2, and 1 360. So you repeat this process because this 360 contains more 2 in it. Okay, so by creating the branch underneath 360, and you write 2, right, to divide that goes into 360, and what's left is 180. You repeat this process many and many times, okay, until you can't find any other ways any further to go down. Okay, so you start going this way, right, diagonally. Okay, 90 is still into even numbers, so we can divide it now by 2, and the 45 comes out. 45 is not an even number, so you gotta switch to something else that can divide 45 by. What would that be? Well, it looks like 3 can divide 45. 3 times 15, right? And then 15 is further divided down to 3, 1, 3, and 5. And look, we reached the dead end here, where 5 cannot be divided any further, because 5 itself is a prime number. What is prime number? Prime number is the number that can be written only in terms of 1 times itself. If you want to break this number, the only way you can express that is 1 times itself. So it's unbreakable number, right? You can't divide prime numbers further down, so this is where you gotta stop. Alright, so looking at this whole tree, long tree, tall tree, going this way, and look at the leaf numbers, not the branch numbers though, all the leaf numbers. You notice that 720 contains 4 2's. Okay, let me circle them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 2's in it, and 2 3's. Okay, and 1 5. This guy is a loner. couldn't find a partner to make a pair. The name of the game here in simplifying square roots is to pair up the same number, matchmaking. Okay, so we've found that 720 can be rewritten as 4 2's, okay, 4 2's and 2 3's and 1 5. Okay, so you write 4 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 inside the square root symbol. 2 3's, so you write 3 2 times. Oh, oops, excuse me. I don't want to do this. Okay, and then 1 5 here. Alright. Now, like I said, you want to create a pair of the same number multiplied inside the square root. Okay, so here I find a pair, right, of 2. I find another pair of 2 here. I find a pair of 3 here. Okay, you can circle them out. This pair generates a whole number of 2. You remember? Square root is the number that becomes the whole number when it's multiplied twice inside, right? Because these two numbers are staying inside and they're multiplied and they're the same numbers. Yeah, 1 2 will come out. From this pair, another 2 pops out. And this 3 squared, yeah, a 1 3 pops out of the square root. And what happens to these whole numbers? They will all go to the front of the square root. Okay, but be careful. There's already an integer, or, of -4 waiting for them to be multiplied. Okay, so your calculation will be 4 times this 2 and that 2, the second 2, and this 3, performed to the front of the square root. There's somebody who has to stay inside the square root as a result of simplification. Who is that? Who has to stay? This guy. 5. Because this 5 couldn't find a pair to match up, and create a pair. So he can't marry out and become an adult number, adult whole number. So he has to stay inside the house. Okay, this is your calculation. Now, all the, paired numbers, married numbers, stepped outside of the house and leaving 5 inside. Okay, you have the multiplication of whole numbers in front here. You gotta calculate all the way, all of them, right? It's not that difficult, but be careful. There's a negative sign here. Negative sign should be stay there, right? Because you expect that the sign of the product of these 4 numbers will be negative, because it's only the first number which carries a negative sign. The rest of them is positive numbers. Okay, so it goes like this: 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. 48. That's right. Well, all I did here is 4 times 2 times 2 times 3, without using calculator here, right? So it's 48. This portion becomes 48. And we shouldn't forget that there is a square root of 5. sitting there, sitting in the back, right? So you should write that number here. Yeah, this is as far as you can simplify this negative 4 square root of 720. So you stop your calculation here, and this is the answer, including its sign. Okay, thanks.